Hiya, folks. Welcome to the Backlog Unclog. My name is Siren, and thanks for answering my call. So, the purpose of this series is essentially I have way too many fucking games in my Steam library. I have been accruing them for close to 10 years now, and I have received them from friends, from humble bundles, to just having something go on sale on my wish list and needing to have it in my library even though I haven't touched it. So, the purpose of this series is essentially let's unclog that backlog. Let's play through those games, find the gems, and we're past the 2-week period of returning them and getting a refund, so whatever. But I mean, the point is to have games and entertainment for hours on end. And if a game annoys me, I'll just uninstall it from my library. Simple as that. A lot of this series also is me being able to play games that I wanted to growing up, but I didn't have the means to be able to. So if you see me playing some retro games, I like to play a lot of Spyro and Crash. Let me have my nostalgia moment. Leave me be. Anyways, by the way, my pronouns are they, them. So Siren, they, them. Kind of easy to kind of put the two together because they rhyme. So just please, let's be a safe space and be respectful of everyone. So without further ado, let's get started. To kick off our series, we're going to literally start with the very first game that is installed locally into my Steam library, which would be 428 Shibuya Scramble, or 428 Shibuya Scramble. Not 100% sure on the proper name, but either way, the Steam description reads: a kidnapping on the streets of Shibuya brings together a hot-blooded detective, hard-hitting journalist, former gang leader, a head researcher of a big pharma manufacturer, and a part-time stuck-in-cat costume for a series of events, each more unexpected and outrageous than the last. This is a Spike Chunsoft game. If you don't know Spike Chunsoft, they made the Danganronpa games. So we're in for a fucking wild ride if I know anything. So without further ado, let's get into it. There we go. Okay. Am I gonna regret it if I don't plug in? Fuck it, we ball. Select a bookmark to save to. Okay, so this truly is blind. As you can see, I played like 18 minutes of this game, or whatever many minutes of this game. I immediately saw a reference to Twin Peaks, which is one of my all-time favorite series. Also, as someone from the PNW, I absolutely adore anything that has to do with out here. But anyways, so I played for a little bit, caught that, and I was like, I gotta record this. This has to go into the Backlog Unclog. So, either way, we will overwrite our existing data, who fucking cares? Do you want the guide to gameplay to be displayed? We recommend that first-time players select yes. Then, yes please. Now saving. Save complete. This story is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents either are products of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Any resemblance are entirely coincidental. There they be. Spike Chunsoft. This music slaps. I am not gonna try to butcher all of those names. I will do my damnedest. This feels like a 90s movie opening. I kind of love it. What are you doing in there, Jack Woodyard? Sorry, I'm just vibing. Hope y'all are too. We got blimped, y'all.
番組の途中ですがニュースをお伝えします。新宿区オフィスビル立てこもり事件の速報です。今朝新宿6丁目のオフィスビルに目出し帽をかぶった40歳前後とみられる男が従業員数人を人質に取り立てこもりました。その後数時間経った今も男は会社員の話によりますと、立てこもっている男は北島という男である可能性が高いとのことです。その男は以前からこのビル内のある企業との仕事上の取引があり、金銭上のトラブルが絶えなかったということです。今回の立てこもりはそのトラブルに端を発したものではないかと見方が強まっています。
Oof. That's no good. Shibuya's story is yours to tell. I cannot wait to accidentally get every bad ending. Okay, as you play through the game, various mechanics will be explained. In 428, you follow the stories of multiple protagonists at once. Your decisions impact their experiences as you read the story. What does the day hold in store? Their fate is in your hands. Hopefully, you can see them all through to the end. To start, you have two characters, Shinya Kano and Achiendo. Let's begin by checking out Kano's story. Alright, let's begin. Also, this is full FMVs, live action, peak. Just 2 more minutes to go. Shinya Kano noted the time again on his watch, scowling at the slow creep of the second hand. The time was 9:58 a.m. Furrows of consternation creased his forehead. Consternation, that's a word. He wasn't nervous, but he knew better than to expect everything to go smoothly. Keeping a level head was proving rather difficult. There was no room for failure. Lives were on the line here. He eyed his surroundings. Was the perp really going to show up? When? Where would he be coming from? How would he make his approach? The Shibuya Scramble was as packed as ever. A throng of people crossing this way and that, blissfully unaware of the dozens of detectives hidden in its mist. Ugh. All right, another minute and a half. Kano glanced down at his watch yet again. A mere 30 seconds had passed. Detective Kano had been with the enforcement arm of Shibuya's criminal affairs section for a year now, but he'd never been part of an operation this big before. He eyed the young woman standing beside the statue up ahead. She was small enough to get lost in the crowd, and she carried a nondescript attaché case. Hitomi Osawa, age 19. The attaché case in her hands contained a full 50 million yen in cash. Yesterday, her twin sister Maria had been kidnapped. This was the ransom payment. Oh my god, my brain immediately thought Maria from Sonic. Oh my god. Okay. This was the ransom payment. The culprit had called Hitomi last night at home, referring to her by name and telling her to wait by the statue of Hachiko in Shibuya. It was almost time, but nothing. Kano was staring fixedly at the second hand on his watch when a homeless man sitting on the sidewalk murmured just loud enough for him to hear. Come on, Kano, quit looking at your watch so much. What if the kidnapper sees you? Kano tried to look nonchalant as he lifted his eyes, but the scruffy character continued. You're too nervous. Just relax already. You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. Sasayama. You're the one acting suspicious, Sasayama. Kano frowned. Why would some homeless guy be talking to me? Some words and phrases in the text appear in blue. These are called tips. Press tab to underline a tip, then press space. This will let you read some extra info relating to that word or phrase. Oh boy. There are tips containing general knowledge and ones that are 4 to 8 specific. These are marked with a magnifying glass icon and a 4 to 8 icon, respectively. Yuji Sasayama was the senior officer at the Shibuya Precinct's Criminal Affairs Division, 5 years older than Kano. Should we go to the tab? Let's go to the tab. Official name, Shibuya Central Precinct. Responsible for the safety of approximately 200,000 people in 32 neighborhoods, including Uehara, Ugui Sadanicho, Udagawacho, Ebisu, Ebisunishi, Ebisuminami, Oyamacho, Kamiyamacho, Sakuraguakacho, Sasazuke. Oh my goodness, this is, no, we're not, yeah, they cover all of those. Yeah. He always went a little overboard with the disguises. Comment below if my pronunciation wasn't actually that bad and if I should just power through it. I have family who lived in Japan for a while, and of course I'm a weeb, so I love anime and all Japanese culture and all that shit. So if I'm saying it somewhat right, let me know. If I'm mispronouncing it and you want to correct me, let me know. And if you want to just troll me for my pronunciation, go for it. That's fair. Okay. He claimed it was all part of the job, but word around the station was that he just liked playing dress up. Hey, pal, spare some change? Sasayama lurched to it. I hate that. Sasayama lurched to his feet and shuffled in close to Kano. Hey, knock that off! Fittingly for the part, Sasayama reeked pretty badly. Well, ain't so suspicious now, huh? He clung to Kano with mock camaraderie, despite the younger man's attempts to pull away. Come on, Sasayama, cut it out! Sasayama's blithe confidence rattled Kano's nerves. Of course, there was good reason for that confidence. This was Kano and Sasayama's jurisdiction, but they were positioned a good distance from where the handoff was to take place. Let's see what jurisdiction is. A particular region over which an organization or a member thereof has control or authority refers to the areas under the jurisdiction of various police precincts. The Metropolitan Police Department, at the pinnacle of Tokyo's police hierarchy, has vastly more authority than local precincts. But since many officers wind up needing to work with both, the outright rivalry between the two isn't as notable as TV dramas may make it seem. The statue of Hachiko was surrounded by elite investigators from one of HQ's special investigation teams. Okay, guide. Sometimes 2 or more tips will appear on a single screen. Press tab repeatedly to change which words are underlined. Highlight the tip you wish to read, then press space. Continues pressing tab or press escape to return to reading the story. Thank you, guide. Let's read the statue of Hachiko. This is actually one of my favorites and makes me cry. Statue of Hachiko. Bronze statue of a dog erected in 1934. The dog was famous for loyally waiting for his absent master. Well known as a meetup spot outside of Shibuya Station. Other popular meetup spots at the station are the display car for the original Tokyo 5000 series, commonly known as the Green Frog, and the Moyai statue by the west entrance. Oh, and there's also HQ. Oh, Kano and his partner were just there to provide backup if the kidnapper attempted to flee. HQ here refers to the Metropolitan Police Department, the Tokyo police section responsible for managing 101 precincts within the city, Japan's largest police station. In addition to policing Tokyo, it has various other duties and authorities for maintaining public order in the capital. Look, just try to relax. We'll be fine. Sasayama gave him a wink. A moment later, the radio squawked in Kano's ear. All right, everyone. It's time. Keep your eyes open. I'm so sorry. With their orientation, they totally look like Charlie's Angels. The voice coming in through the earpiece was Koji Kuze. The voice coming in through the earpiece was Koji Kuze, HQ's operations director. The operations director is the individual responsible for directing the investigation in the event of a serious crime. If a task force is set up, the operations director is the one who assumes command. TV dramas and other fictional accounts often feature some young prodigy from the MPD as operations director. But in reality, the position usually goes to a proven veteran. Until last year, he'd been the Shibuya precinct's head detective and Kano's supervisor. We don't know when the perp is going to make contact. Don't let your guard down. Kuze's low, gravelly voice echoed in Kano's ear. You don't sound too worried, Kuze. Kano winced at Sasayama's words. How could the man be so nonchalant? The appointed time had come and gone. Something should be happening. What? Kano smacked himself in the thigh to release a little tension. The sound was louder than he'd intended. The sound was louder than he'd intended. Though the suit hit his muscular physique, it did little to dampen the noise. He decided, oh my fucking god, okay. He needed to stay focused. Clearly I do too. He might be called to action at any moment. The department handled abduction cases according to a certain standard investigation procedure. Was it an attempt to extort money, or was the motive something personal? The answer to that question determined how they deal with the criminal. And based on the investigation team's initial findings this time around, they probably weren't dealing with a professional kidnapper. Still, in all likelihood, it was someone with quite a long rap sheet. Probably someone who knew the family, but so far they had few leads on who might bear such a grudge. With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whoever came to make the... With the situation so unclear, the plan was to apprehend whomever came to make the handoff on site. If the culprit ran with the money, there'd be no guarantee of the hostage's well-being. Oh, we got a little save. Still nothing, Sasayama muttered. There he is! He's here! Kuze broke in, his voice spiking into an excited chirp. We're learning about an excited chirp. Kuze's particular vocal quirk. Whenever he gets overly flustered, excited, or panicked, he slips into a childish register, prone to babbling and pitching his voice. Okay. Subject is a young male in his 20s, wearing a bandana and an orange hoodie. Kuze, normally calm and stoic, was now squawking like an excited child. I'm not gonna squawk, I need to save my voice. That only happened when he got particularly worked up. Kano and Sasayama steeled themselves. They could see the subject now. A 20-something male nonchalantly approached Hitomi to talk to her. All right, people. Be ready to grab this guy. Kuze was stationed in the mobile command center not far from the intersection, keeping tabs on the situation via video surveillance from the camera team. The young man started speaking enthusiastically to Hitomi. The detectives watched, uncertain. Was this really the kidnapper? You'll encounter selections like these during the story. These choices will change the lives of other people in addition to changing your own fate. Use up and down to make your choice, then press space. The current choice will not impact you or any of the other protagonists. Alright. You know what? That's gotta be him. Kano took a step forward, then hesitated. Yes, that was him all right. Kano took a step forward. Hold it! Sasayama yanked him back. Don't be so hasty. But just watch for a minute. Sasayama gestured with a nod. With Hitomi steadfastly ignoring him, the young man slunk away. Guess it wasn't him. Kano felt the tension of the moment linger in his spine. Guy must have been hitting on her, Sasayama muttered. Hitting on her? Succeeding at meeting someone on the fly like this takes a special knack. Looks are also important. Sometimes, of course, the person trying to get your attention out of nowhere is just trying to make a sales pitch for a product or a nearby establishment. At first glance, it isn't always easy to tell the difference. Because people in hospitality and sales are trained to be nice. be nice to others. It should be human instinct. Anyways. I mean, she is pretty cute and all. He had a point. Though, of course, something in Sasayama's voice made Kano brace himself. She's got nothing on my Mi-chan. Mi-chan was Sasayama's wife. They'd gotten married just last month. I love the picture transition. Let me tell you, Kano, married life is the best. You gotta hurry up and give it a try for yourself. This was Sasayama's favorite topic lately, and Kano was getting more and more fed up with it. Okay, I've been this person. The honeymoon phase is definitely brutal for others while we are just glowing. And yeah, it is hard. Sasayama, come on, just knock it off, okay? The phrase had become a common refrain of his since the department partnered them. Fine, fine. Let's talk about your girlfriend then. Hey! Huh? Now you can't be serious. Sasayama leaned in close again. What's she like? We are not having this conversation. Kano muttered, looking away. Aw, come on! What the fuck? Sasayama set his hand on Kano's chest, still playing the homeless troublemaker. Show me your phone. Let me see your lock screen. Huh? Sasayama pawed for the phone. You've got a pic of your girl on your lock screen, yeah? I do not. But he did. It was scary how on the mark Sasayama's instincts were. Hey, cut it out! We're in the middle of an investigation! I am investigating, Sasayama chuckled as he plucked the phone from Kano's pocket. His face scrunched up with astonishment as he looked at the lock screen. The heck is this? It's not... Ain't that Masami Nagahama? Masami Nagahama, a national star, tends to play the heroine on national morning soap operas or in national historic dramas. Her songs have been a series of national hits, and she's even slated to host the year-end national singing competition program. Everything about her is national. Kano realized he had to bite the bullet. Nope. That's my girlfriend. Her name's Rumi, and she's... Sasayama cut him off. You're telling me this ain't Masami Nagahama, the famous actress? Because this right here is Masami Nagahama. Like I said, you sly old dog, trying to make like you're dating Masami Nagahama. I'm not. I mean... I guess Rumi does kind of look like her. Sasayama let out a huff. For real? You really think I'm gonna fall for that? There's nothing to fall for, I swear. Sasayama scowled, unconvinced. Alright, then why don't you marry her? Kano stammered, but he had no answer. Truth was, he would have happily married her already, but there were obstacles that needed to be overcome. Okay, playtime's over. Let's focus on the job. Sasayama handed back Kano's phone and turned his gaze back to Hitomi. Kano let out a quick, uneasy sigh, but his shoulders did feel looser. Maybe Sasayama had been trying to relieve a bit of the tension. Maybe he should be grateful. By now, several minutes had passed since the guy with the papers had gone away. He peered at Hitomi. The strain on her face was visible. In addition to the weight of the attaché case itself, the 10,000 yen bills it had. Oh my Lanta. Okay. In addition to the weight of the attaché case itself, the 10,000 yen bills it held weighed close to 6 kilos. Whew! Her slender arms must have been getting tired. Still, she refused to set the case down. She wasn't taking any chances with her sister's life. All right. I'm gonna end it on a cliffhanger. I'm gonna end it on a cliffhanger. And y'all can't do anything about it.